Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
Okay, Steve, go ahead.
All right, the Wolf, Darrion Caldwell, the champ is here. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm excellent, and I'm really looking forward to next week in Sioux Falls because I'm going to be there live. But tell me, why are you going up to 145?
For one reason and one reason only, man. It's two division champion.
So Noad Lahat was the perfect man to prove that you could go up to 145 and get the championship from Pitbull with. You wanted to start with somebody and make a spectacle of it?
Well, here's the thing. I'm 5-0 at 145, 3-0 inside the Bellator cage. So this would be 4-0. Noad Lahat is sort of a replica of a Pitbull. He's just not as explosive, or not as athletic, rather. He's just as explosive, but he's not as athletic, So, this is a good indicator of where I'm at, back where I stack back up with these 45ers, moving forward to 45 pounds for 45 pound belt, excuse me. But, just thinking about that 45 pound belt just makes me gives me jitters, gives me the chills.
Was it because you saw other people having success with that, like Daniel Cormier winning the light heavyweight and the heavyweight title, and you thought, man, if he can do it, so can I?
No, not exactly. Again, I started my career at 45, sort of like DC did with heavyweight, but that wasn't division, Obviously, he's a great example, how to act and, how to move forward in the sport, He's the second or third two division champion in UFC history, so he's a good example. But I never had DC in my life. I just felt like these guys at 45 or 35 were a little bit slow to the division. When I was fighting at 45, the 35 pound division, they were just rotating the belt. The belt would go here, and then it would go to Joe, and then it would go to Castro, Galvo, and then Dantes. I just feel like nobody was really there. No one was really serious about that belt, And to have that belt, it's a serious thing. And I feel like they were just making a mockery of it. So my goal is, to go down and get the belt as fast as possible. I knew it took a little bit more time for me to get a title shot at 45 because the weight class was so steep, But as a champion, you can't, especially when you're willing to step up, to go down to go up a weight class. You can't be denied a title fight, especially, when I'm 5-0 at the weight class, and, God willing, everything goes the way it's supposed to go, in my eyes, the game plan that I've been working on to execute. I was 17th, I've been 16 up, so, the goal has always been, two division champion, I've never got into this sport to be mediocre or just to be average, and so that's what this is about.
All right, well, before I get too far ahead of myself or you get too far ahead and picture both of those title belts around your waist, let's talk about Noad a little more because you mentioned that he's explosive like Pitbull, but not as maybe strong or fast as Pitbull. But one thing that he definitely does more than Pitbull does is get submissions. So how do you look at that aspect of his game coming into this fight?
Well, if you look at, I'm sure Noad Lahat doesn't get a lot of submissions off his back, coming from a judo background, I'm pretty sure he's the guy who, like to throw guys, slam them and take their back or, pound them out, and he doesn't do much grappling off his back, Neither do I, and so that's what his battle's going to be. It's going to be who's going to be the guy who's imposing their will to make sure they're in the position that they want to be and to get their submission. Again, we're both submission guys on top. I get on top, I can submit you. He gets on top, he can submit you. So that's a battle of who's going to get on top. And I just don't feel like his judo is that crisp enough. I don't think he's ready for the attacks as that he's going to see the dynamic, the diversity in the attack he's just not going to have seen that, ever. Not in practice, not in Israel, not here in America.
Yeah, right. And when it comes to who has more strength, it's going to be like, okay, you can't get the judo throw, but I can get the takedown. So I got one up on you just right away by that.
Well, yeah, but I don't think, I don't really know about I don't really care about his strength, in terms of like his power. I feel like I've never been a wrestler that like meets force with force, if that makes sense.
Right.
I'm always finding the point of least resistance. So, in the sense that I guess you could say I'm an aggressive counter wrestler, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So looking for spots that's opening up. Now I do feel like I'm gonna pose some threats that he hadn't seen in judo. With the freestyle and Greco aspect, the wrestling that I'll bring August 17th.
What would you prefer in the fight with Noad? If you're able to out-technique him, outwork him, outmaneuver him, out-game plan him, do you want to just end it quickly, or would you like to really show everybody that your experience at 145 proves that you're a force at 145? What do you want to do?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, I love seeing Darrion Caldwell get a finish. That's always fun for me. And if I'm going to be there live, I'd love to see you choke him out.
All right, so what do you want? First round, would you like for me to show my stand-up in the first round, look for the finish, or would you like for me to finish in the second round? Tell me.
I think I'd enjoy it if you didn't finish it too quickly. If you stood there, got in the pocket with him, busted him up a little bit, made him feel the worse for wear, and then in the second round you took him down and humbled him, that'd be fine by me.
Okay. So I think that's going to be the game plan. Okay, I think we're gonna sit there and move around. I don't think I'm gonna sit in the pocket with him now. Now that's not my game plan. It isn't to sit in the pocket, but I'll move around with him on the feet. I'll pick him apart on my feet, and then second round I'll take him down and finish him.
All right. Well, you heard it here first on this interview. If that's what happens, we just called it. But once Noad Lahat is finished and that's done with, then comes Patricio Pitbull. How soon do you think you could get that fight with him?
He just fought last month. I'm fighting next week, so I'm thinking 2 months. I'm thinking November, December, so definitely before the end of the year.
Would you want that to be on Paramount Network, or would you want that to be one of the new exclusives that they've got with DAZN?
Ooh, I don't know. If they can play it on both, honestly, that'd be cool with me. The more exposure, the better.
Absolutely. More places to be seen, more money in your pocket, hopefully.
Factory. Let's get them pay-per-views cracking.
As far as going to Sioux Falls, is this a first-time visit for you, or were you ever there for like a wrestling meet or something?
Actually, I've been there for a few times for a few occasions. I've been to an RFA fight there. I watched Leandro Hilo beat my teammate Joey Miola for the RFA title. I went out there for like some business with American Ethanol, as well as I had got surgery after I broke my hand once. Actually, the only knockout I got out in Texas, I had to go to South Dakota to get a surgery. See Dr. Reeves out there. Dr. Reeves is with Sanford. He does a great job.
All right.
He did a great job. No mishaps with my hand there.
So you know it pretty well then. Sioux Falls is a fun town. It'll be my first time there.
Yeah, actually, you're gonna be surprised. Sioux Falls is definitely witty.
I'm looking forward to finding that out. But let's talk about, other than the fact that you want Pitbull, that you are currently the bantamweight champion. How tough is it going to be to defend 2 titles? I know you said that's your goal, but a lot of people say that, and not everybody can do it.
Obviously, it's going to be tough, right? It's going to be a challenge, but I think if anybody can do it, I can do it.
All right. Do they need a bantamweight tournament to find you a challenger, or do you see anybody out there that you think is worthy to step up?
I think they need a featherweight and a bantamweight tournament. After I get both belts, they can do 2 tournaments, and I'll fight them both on the same night.
Now, how bold are you then? Are you going to put your belt on the line like Rory's doing with the welterweight tournament?
Why wouldn't I?
Both of them?
If they can beat me, they deserve it. Both of them. Hey, if they can beat me, they deserve it. So when I win this 45-pound division, that one I might not. That one might be a little bit more questionable, you know. Now, just because, again, I don't know. We'll have to talk about this question another time. You come in the spot, but again, I do want to defend both belts, as often as possible.
Right. So,
and all challenges are accepted.
Then probably it just comes down to negotiating the price with Scott Coker. Say, hey, make the zeros right, and we can make this happen.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, then, we're coming up here in just over a week for Bellator 204, Sioux Falls against Noad Lahat. Anything else that you want to say about your opponent as we start to wrap up here? Any of your thoughts on Noad as a man and a fighter and all that?
Nah, he's been nothing but respectful, one of the few opponents that I've ever, faced that, didn't talk shit. So, there's nothing to say, but I'll be ready,
I think it's part of that Israeli Defense Force thing, too. It's like, yeah, he's a man of military service, and usually guys like that don't have to talk a lot of shit. They're just respectful because they already know.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, again, he's a different type of beast, a guy who doesn't need a mouthpiece to, let people know what time it is.
Right. He's not a shit talker. He's just a fighter. And you're going to go out there and have a hell of a fight with him, so we're all looking forward to it. But let's plug some things before you go, Darrion. Let's get in social media, sponsors, teammates, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm out here with Eric Del Fiero and Alliance MMA, training with Dominic Cruz, Phil Davis, Johnny Stevens. Shout out to Bad Boy. They've been, sponsoring me since forever, for real. Turp House, American Ethanol, Oak Grove. So August 17th is gonna be a good night.
Absolutely. And I hope Jeremy Stevens is feeling okay. I saw that Jose Aldo fight, and I was feeling really bad for him when he took that liver shot. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, word.
All right, Darrion, we're looking forward to this fight, and I'm personally looking forward to seeing you in Sioux Falls. So continue to have a great training camp, and I'll see you in over a week.
All right, thanks, buddy.
No problem. Thank you very much, and thank you, Dan, as well.
All right,
Make
thanks,
sure you
Steve.
shout me out, bro.
No problem.